It's my honor to welcome a resource person, engineer Gagandeep Kaur in our today's national webinar. Mrs. Gagandeep Kaur is working as assistant professor in electronics and communication engineering at Yadvindra College of Engineering, Punjabi University campus situated at Talwandi, Sabo, India. She started her career in 2007 as assistant professor ECE in National Institute of Technology, Jalandhar, and after 1 year joined Punjabi University, Patiala, and at Yadvindra College of Engineering, Talwandi, Sabo. She has 13 years of research and teaching experience in the field of signal processing and wireless communication. She has authored 22 research publications in various journals of national and international repute and presented 19 research papers in different national and international. She has published 3 book chapters and has guided 11 MBA students so far. Once again, Madam Gagandeep, on the behalf of College of Engineering, on behalf of IDP cell of Kadwasu, we welcome you, ma'am. We are really delighted to see you today and listen to your important lecture on fundamentals of computer memories. Ma'am, I want to share with you that about 100 students of various batches of technology of our college will be attending to this. I welcome all the participants to today's webinar. Now I request Madam Gagandeep to kindly deliver her lecture on fundamentals of computer memories. Ma'am, you can share your screen, please.
Screen visible है?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizing secretary, Professor Varinder Parson, College of Dairy Sciences and Technology, the coordinator, Dr. Tejeshwar Preethur, College of Veterinary Sciences, for giving me this great opportunity to deliver a lecture on fundamentals of computer memories during this national webinar organized by IGP Cell, College of Dairy Sciences and Technology, Guru Angad Dev Veterinary and Animal Sciences University, Ludhiana. The topic of today's discussion is fundamental of computer memories. So I have compiled my presentation in the following subheading. These are the contents of my presentation. First is introduction, RAM, ROM, PROM, EPROM, auxiliary storage devices, magnetic tape, hard disk, floppy disk, optical disk, CD-R device, CD read-write disk, DVD, Blu-ray disk, etc. Now, this is a motherboard. A computer motherboard is located inside the computer case, and this is the most of the parts and the computer peripherals are connected to the motherboard. This motherboard provides connectivity between the hardware components of the computer like the processor, memory, as we can see, database, address bus, RAM, ROM, and various disk drives. There are multiple types of motherboard. They are designed to fit different types and sizes of the computers, and it can be considered as the backbone of the computer. Each type of motherboard is designed to work with specific types of processor and memory. So they don't work with every processor and type of memory. However, hard drives are mostly universal and they are work with the majority of motherboards regardless the type and brand of the any motherboard or hard disk. This is basically backbone of the computer. Now come to next slide. This is the memory part. We know that today's world is an information rich world and it has become a necessity for everyone to know about the computer. We know that a computer is an electronic data processing device which accepts and stores data as input and processes data as output and then generates output as in the required format. If we look at into very broad sense, a digital computer carries out the five functions. Firstly, it takes data as input. In case of second step, it stores the data and instruction in its memory and uses them as per your requirement. Third step, in this case, we do processes the computer processes the data and converts it into the useful information and then generates the output. Last, in case of last step, it controls all the steps. This is the introduction part of memory. Now, what is memory? A memory is just like a human brain. It is used to store data and instruction. Computer memory is the storage space in the computer where data is to be processed and instructions required for the processing are to be stored. But the storage device for a computer enables its user to store and safely access the data and application on a computer device. A hardware device which can be used to store digital data and application which may be in form of images, video, audio or is called storage device. This is the key component of the computer. Basically, storage device is a key component of the computer and hard drive is one of its example. We have auxiliary storage devices like magnetic tape, hard disk, floppy disk, optical devices. In this optical devices, we have a CD-R drive, CD read-write disk, DVD, Blu-ray disk, etc. This is the CPU of a computer. CPU basically considered as any computer's brain. It consists of three components as we can see in the diagram. We have a three basic component. First part is memory or storage unit where we have to store our data. Second is control unit. Third is ALU. This is the arithmetical logical unit where all the arithmetical and logical operations have to be processed and it performs all type of data processing operation. It stores data, immediate results and instructions. It controls the operation of all parts of the computer. Next we have characteristics of storage devices. Now these are some characteristics. First is speed. When we discuss about the speed of the storage device, we are referring to how quickly the computer can read and write data to and from the device. This is generally dependent on whether the device containing any moving part or not. Second is the durability. In case of durability, if something is durable, that means that it can withstand any physical movement or even being dropped. Devices that need to be transported between locations regularly need to be durable to prevent them from being easily damaged. Third is the portability. Portability is often an important factor for storage devices as we use more devices that move around with us. Characteristics of portable device are being lightweight and small. Imagine a smartphone we have in our hand that is full size hard drive. Next, fourth part is the cost. The cost of storage can be looked at in the several ways. We can measure cost per megabyte, that is basically we have a MB, or the cost of the device as whole. Sometimes although the cost per MB may be higher, but the capacity needs are smaller, making cost per device most important. For example, we have a CDs and DVDs. Next is capacity. Capacity basically relates to the volume of the data that can be stored on the device. In some circumstances, it is important to have a large capacity. Next is the basic units of the measurement. These are some units that are used to measure. First is bit. Bit, as we know that bit is basically 0 or 1. This is the smallest unit of measurement. A binary digit that is logically 0 or 1 represents a passive or an active state of a component in an electric circuit. Bit is like switch. It may be either on or off. This is like true or false. Second is byte. This is the group of 8 bytes. 8 bits is called byte. A byte is the smallest unit which can represent data or a character. Next is we have a nibble. Nibble basically group of 4 bits is called nibble. Fourth is word. Computer word like a byte is a group of fixed number of bits that are processed as a unit which varies from computer to computer we can say, but these are fixed for each computer, and the length of computer can be described by word. Word is called word size or word length. It may be as small as 8 bits or may be as long as 96 bits. Computer stores the information in the form of computer words. These are some basic units. Next is the small unit of the measurement. We know that performance of any computer at everyday task largely depends on the basic two factors. One is its processor speed and second is its amount of memory it has. The processor speed comes from its clock and the timing device that generates electronic pulses at rates up to billions per second. And the processor's clock speed directly affects how much work the computer can handle, and the faster clock means you wait less time for the processor to perform a task. We have some basic small unit. One is millisecond, microsecond and nanosecond. In case of millisecond, this is a thousand of the second, that is 10 raised to power minus 3. Microsecond, this is the millionth of the second, that is 10 raised to power minus 6, and nanosecond is billionth of the second, that is 10 raised to power minus 9. These are some large unit of the measurement. The smallest unit of the measurement used for measuring data, that is a bit. Single bit can have a value of either 0 or 1, but some some files contain thousands of bytes. File sizes are often measured in kilobytes. Larger the files, such as images, videos, or audio files that contain millions of bytes, and therefore they are measured in megabytes. So we have power of 2 are used because computer memory and storage are based on the basic memory bit. These are measured in kilobytes. Megabyte, kilobyte is we have thousand of byte, that is 1024, that is 2 raised to power 10, and megabyte is million, that is 2 raised to power 20. Then we have a gigabyte, that is a billion, that is 2 raised to power 30. This is complete set of memory that we require for the storage purpose. 30 minutes of video is 1/4 of the information stored on the typical DVD. We have a modern storage devices that can store thousands of these files, which is why they have storage capacity is typically measured in gigabytes or even in terabytes. Larger units of measurement are usually reserved for measuring the sum of multiple storage devices or capacity of large data storage networks. Next is terabyte. This is also large unit of measurement. This is a trillion, that we have a 2 raised to power 40, 20 million 4-drawer filling cabinets full of the text, 200 DVDs of the information. Next we have a memory. This is the computer memory. This is the device basically used to store data or program. This is program. What is program? This is the sequence of instruction, or this can be used to store data or programs on a temporary or permanent basis for use in the electronic digital computer. Why we need memory? We need memory because when a program such as your internet browser is open, it is loaded from your hard drive and placed it into the RAM. This process allows the program to communicate with the processor at higher speed. Anything you save into your computer, such as picture or video, is sent to your hard drive for the storage purpose. And memory, we can say in technical definition, this is the one or more sets of the chips that store data, program instruction, either temporary or permanent. This is the critical processing component of any computer. We have a different types of memory, RAM and ROM. Now, what is RAM? RAM is basically random access memory, and ROM is read-only memory. They work in different ways and perform various different functions. Then we have a CPU registers and cache memory. Now come to RAM. What is RAM? This is basically RAM is random access memory. This is the internal memory of the CPU for storing data, program and program results. This is used to read or write memory which stores data until the machine is working. As soon as the machine is switched off, the data is erased. RAM is volatile. This store the data stored in it is lost when we switch off the computer or if there is power failure. Hence, the backup UPS is often used when the computer RAM is small, both in terms of physical size and in the amount of data it can be hold. This is volatile. Volatile means the data stored in it is lost when we off the computer. Random access means direct access to any part of the memory. RAM is basically of two types. One is SRAM and second is DRAM. SRAM means static RAM and DRAM means dynamic RAM. Static RAM and dynamic RAM, they both are volatile. Volatile means they lose information if power is off. Non-volatile memories retain their values or retain their data even power is off. Generic name is read-only memory. Next is non-volatile memories. That is, they are basically known as ROM. ROM is read-only memory. The ROM is basically the memory from where which we can only read but cannot write on it. This type of memory is basically non-volatile, and the information is stored permanently in such memories during manufacture. ROM stores such instructions that are recorded to start a computer. This operation is referred to your booting. ROM chips are not only used in the computer but also in the other electronic items we are using in our houses like washing machine and microwave oven. In that machine we are also using ROM. Next is storage versus memory. They are basically difference between the memory and storage is volatility versus non-volatility. Memory RAM is volatile. This volatility means the when power to the system is turned off, the data is lost. In contrast, the storage is non-volatile. It retains data even if the power is off. Second is performance versus capacity. In most cases, storage is much slower than the memory, but in contrast to your storage, RAM is directly connected to the CPU on a wide and fast base. Computer memory delivers fast access to the data, while computer storage offers greater capacity. These are some categories of storage. Storage comprises basically hard drives and solid state drives which holds program and data. The primary attribute of the storage is that it retains its content when the power is turned off. USB drives and optical drives are also for the storage purpose. These are some magnetic. In magnetic, we have a floppy disk, zip disk, hard drives, optical, CD-ROM, and DVD and solid state devices. We have a USB-C. Now, come to magnetic storage. What is magnetic storage? This magnetic storage or magnetic recording is the storage of any data on a magnetized medium. Basically, magnetic storage media, primarily hard disks, are widely used to store computer data as well as audio and video signal. In the field of computing, the term magnetic storage is preferred, and in field of audio and video production, the magnetic recording is more commonly used. The distinction is less technical but more of matter is preference. General example of magnetic storage media includes floppy disk, magnetic tape, magnetic strips on the credit card we are using it. Then it explains duality of the magnetism and electricity, converts electrical signal into magnetic charges and captures magnetic charge on the storage medium. Later regenerates electrical current from the storage magnetic charge. Polarity of the magnetic charge represents bit value 0 and 1. These are the diagrams of magnetic drive. We have a floppy disk and hard drive. First one is the magnetic disk. This magnetic disk is the storage device that uses a magnetization process to write, rewrite, and access data. It is covered with a magnetic coating and stores data in the form of tracks, ports, and sectors. Hard disk, zip disk, and floppy disk are common examples of the magnetic disk. They are basically in shape of flat, circular platter with metallic coating that is rotated beneath read and write heads. Hard disk and floppy disk, source performance leader for the general purpose online secondary storage. We have a generally magnetic drive storage capacities. Floppy disk were Floppy disk was so common in late 20th century that many electronic and software programs continue to use save icon that look like floppy disk well into the 21st century, while floppy disk drives still have some limited uses. So they have been superseded by the data storage method with much greater data storage capacity and data transfer speed, such as USB flash drives. We are using memory cards, optical disk, and storage available through local computer network and cloud storage. Second is the hard disk drive. Hard disk drives, they are sometimes abbreviated as HDD, and this is the non-volatile data storage device. It is usually installed internally in the computer. They are basically HD means hard disk drive. This is directly attached to the disk controller of computer's motherboard. Hard drive is generally capable of storing more data than any other device, but its size can vary and it depends on the type of the drive you are using. We have a floppy disk capacity is up to 1 megabyte, and hard drives we have a storage capacity is 80 to 500 gigabyte, or in terms of terabytes. Now come to the floppy disk. Floppy disk or floppy disk is a type of disk storage composed of thin and flexible disk of magnetic storage medium in the sphere. Floppy disks are read from and written it to by floppy disk drive. Floppy disk is basically inexpensive storage medium that consists of thin circular flexible plastic disk with a magnetic coating enclosed in a sphere shaped plastic shell, as we can see in the diagram. Next is the structure of the disk drive. The heart of the floppy disk or floppy is a circle of the magnetic material, and information is recorded in the circular tracks, in turn divided into wedge-shaped sectors. And a floppy disk is a magnetic disk, which means that is used for the magnetic pattern to store data, and data in the floppy disk can be read from and written to. Next part is formatting. How we can do formatting of the floppy disk? Basically, formatting is the process of preparing a disk for reading or writing. Generally, floppy disk must be formatted before it can be stored files. Some disks are pre-formatted. When we purchase it, this is formatted. But They are, but others are required to formatted when we use it. And track is narrow recorded band that form a full circle on the surface of the disk. Next is the hard disk. Hard disk drives are commonly used in the main storage device of any computer. These are used to store operating system, software programs, other files, and can be bound in the desktop, computer, mobile devices, consumer electronics. And another form of this is another form of the auxiliary storage is the hard disk. And hard disk consists of one or more rigid metal plates coated with the metal oxide material that allows data to be magnetically recorded on the surface of the platter. The hard disk platters spin at very high rate of speed, typically 5400 to 7200 revolutions per minute, that is rpm. This is basically speed measuring unit. Next is storage capacity of hard disk for personal computer range from gigabytes to terabytes, that is 1 billion bytes are called gigabyte. Next, this is the storage of the hard disk. How we can store data on the hard disk? The motor, in this case we use motor is basically used to spin the platter which holds the data at up to 15,000 rotations per minute, and a higher rpm number results in the faster performance. As the platter spins, a second motor controls the position of the read and write heads with the magnetically recorded information and read information from and tracks on the each platter. Generally, mostly basic hard drive consists of number of disk platters that are positioned around the spindle inside the steel chamber, and the chamber also includes read and write heads and the motor. Next, these are the two types of the hard disk. One is internal that we are using in our CPU, and second is external that we have in the external form. In case of external, this is portable, but price is very high, and the speed is slow, and the size is small. But internal hard disk, this is not portable, and price is very less. And speed, we can say speed of internal hard disk is fast as comparison to the external hard disk, and the size of internal hard disk is big as comparison to the external hard disk. Next is the optical mass storage devices. Optical discs are also another of the most commonly used storage devices. An optical disc is better known to most people as the compact disc or the digital versatile disc, that is basically DVD, which has data burned into by laser capacity. Most computers come equipped with the CD DVD drive, which can also write data onto the optical storage devices, and this functionality has made optical discs common types of the mass storage devices, and the data can be read by the variety of devices. For example, music stored on the CD can be played by the stereo system that depending on the file format. They store the values as the variation in the light reflection, and they have higher areal density and longer data file for the magnetic storage. And the storage uses of these optical mass storage devices are used for the read-only storage with the low performance requirement, application with high capacity requirements, and where portability in standardized format is needed. Then we have a optical drive. As we can see, optical drives, we have a CD, that is basically compact disk. This is the abbreviation of CD-ROM, is the compact disk read-only memory. This is the type of computer memory in the form of the computer compact disk, that is read by optical means. CD-ROM drive uses a low power laser beam to read binary data that is encoded in form of bits on the optical disc. The drive can feed the data to the computer for processing. Next, we have a CD-ROM. This is also read-only memory. CDR, this is used to record only the CD. Read-write, this can be used to write and erase data and data CD, and this CD can be reused, and this is read-writable. Next, we have a DVD. DVD basically short form of the digital versatile disc and digital video disc. This is basically known as DVD-ROM. This is a disk capable of storing significant amount more data than a standard compact disk. DVDs are widely used for storing and viewing, like we can say for viewing movies and other data. The picture of Matrix DVD movie disc is an example of the DVD movie. Next is the compact disc. This is also called CD. They are in small plastic discs which store and retrieve computer data or music using light. Compact discs replaced floppy disks because they are faster and could hold more information and more data. The CDs made floppy disks more obsolete. Become floppy disks become obsolete. Compact disc CD. This is the molded plastic disc containing digital data that is scanned by laser beam for the reproduction of the recorded sound and any other information. A computer disk is a portable storage medium that is used to record, store, and playback audio and video and other devices. In addition, it can contain other type of data such as text, graphics, and video. CD-ROM, basically this is the read-only memory. This is the compact disc that is used to some same laser technology as audio CDs for the recording music. The capacity of CD-ROM is 650 MB of the data. Next we have a digital video disc. This is also DVD-ROM. This is having capacity 4 gigabytes, and this is this is available in two formats. One is DVD-R, second is DVD-RW. DVD-R is DVD readable and DVD-RW is read plus writable. DVDs are more highly compact than CD, and they are using special laser that is needed to read them. Next technology is Blu-ray technology. Blu-ray is an optical disc format such as CD and DVD. It was developed for recording and playing back high definition video and for storing large amount of data. While a CD can hold 700 MB of data and basic DVD can hold 4.7 GB of data, but single Blu-ray disc can hold up to 25 GB of data. Even a double-sided, as we know that double-sided dual-layer DVD can hold 17 GB of data, but dual-layer Blu-ray disc will be able to store 50 GB of data. This Blu-ray technology, they derived from their name from the blue-violet laser that used to read and write data. They are developed by the Blu-ray Disc Association with more than 180 members, and they are the companies Dell, Sony, LG. They are producing these Blu-ray discs. Blu-ray discs can hold more information than the optical media because of the Blu-ray lasers that derive blue lasers that derive use. The laser is actually blue violet, but Blu-ray rolls of the sun are little easier than the blue violet ray. Blue violet laser has a shorter wavelength than the red laser used for the CDs and DVDs. This allows the laser to focus on the small area. Then we have a Blu-ray technology of what is the data capacity behind it. We have a single layer format that holds 25 gigabytes of the data on a single side of the disk. Double layer formats hold up to 50 gigabytes of the data on both sides of the disk. This is equivalent to basically 5 double layer writable DVDs or 70 writable CDs, making Blu-ray discs They are most desirable and economically storage media for large amount of video. They are different types of files that can be stored on the Blu-ray disc, including text files, images, video, and audio files. The amount of video a Blu-ray disc can store depends on the several factors, including video bandwidth is used, the number of soundtracks we are using, the other standard developed by producers on the disc. Single-sided Blu-ray disc can record additional content of 130-minute video plus 2 hours of the standard definition video. Because Blu-ray uses blue laser instead of red laser, this allows the data tracks on the disc to be very compact. This allows more than twice as small bits on the DVD. Using advanced codes gives the user the ability to store more content, however, the video quality loses risk. Next is the formats of the Blu-ray technology. We have basically format. Blu-ray disc comes into three different variant formats, just as CDs and DVDs. First one is CD-ROM. This is a pre-written disc containing high-definition movies or TV shows. DDR is the writable disk which can be used to store large amount of data or video, and DDRE is read writable disk that is basically used to store use that is basically used to store ability to write over existing data with new data. Next is USB flash drive. USB flash drive. This USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. This is the popular way to store digital information. Flash drives are an easy way to share information or share any type of data, and this can be used to store your confidential data or your college or your any data. This USB flash drive can be attached to the USB port, and they provide certain amount of storage capacity which can be used to store data. And USB flash drives are used with the devices found in the homes. We can use it in the homes, workplace, and the schools. Some examples like where we can use these flash drives is computer, DVD players, video game consoles, music players, digital picture frames, and some common name of flash drive include pen drives, thumb drives, or simply USB. These flash drives are available in various sizes like 256 megabyte, 512 megabytes, 1 gigabyte, 5 gigabyte, and 16 GB, and are easy way to transfer and store information. These USB flash drives have some advantages over other portable storage devices. They are basically physically much smaller and more than the floppy drive. They can read faster and store more data than the floppy disk. Floppy disks have come obsolete when the price of USB has become very cheaper. These are some other examples of the storage devices. Uh, First one is a cloud storage, and some examples like Google Drive. We can store data on the Google Drive also. Flickr, SkyDrive. These are some drives where we can store our confidential data. Thank you very much. Any queries?
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for your wonderful lecture. So you have covered almost all the aspects of the computer memory, starting from the floppy drives to the Blu-ray disc and the pen drives. So thank you very much, ma'am. So we are having some queries in the chat box. 1 second, I will read it out. There is chat box. 1 second, ma'am. I will read it. हाँ जी मैम, फर्स्ट क्वेरी है मैम, is there any means to know the durability of the storage device?
Yes, sir. Durability means how we can, your system is durable. Durable means when the system is not in the moving state. This is very durable. Like we have two types of hard disk. One is internal and second is external. Internal is more durable than the external because external is movable and internal is not movable. So internal hard disk is more durable than the external.
Okay. Next query is, where can we use flash drive and memory card? What is difference between flash drive and memory card?
Flash drive, we have discussing flash drive is basically USB. USB is universal serial port. We are using like our pen drive. This is very small and portable data where we have to store our data and information, and we have to transfer our data and from one computer to another computer we are using flash drive. And memory card, this is very small, this is recordable and easily portable. We are using memory card in our phones, like in digital cameras, in electronic devices like digital camera memory devices. Basically memory card is having capacity 2 MB to 128 GB, but flash drive have capacity varies from different MBs and GBs to the 256 GB. This
Ma'am,
is
next.
basically difference between flash drive and memory card usage.
Okay. Next question is, how can we differentiate memory and storage?
Memory, basically, we are human beings, we are having a brain that is basically used to store data. And second is storage. The term memory refers to any component within your computer that allows short-term data access. You may recognize this computer as a DRAM, that is basically dynamic random access. Your computer performs many operations like accessing data that is stored in a short memory. And edit, like we are, for example, we are editing any document or loading application and browsing internet. This is comes in category of memory. Second is storage. Storage that refers to your hard drives. Basically, hard drive, this is used for the long-term purpose. We have to store our data for the long-term purpose. We are using solid state drive. That is solid state drive is hard drive. Computer need to write information and read it from the storage system. So the speed of storage determines how fast your system and how fast it can boot up your system. This is basically different. And one major difference we can say, storage remains intact no matter how many times you shut off your computer. But memory, when we shut off our computer, that clears your computer.
Next query is by Ashish Kumar. What is difference between HDD and SSD?
HDD is basically hard disk drive and SSD is basically faster. And HDD, we can say this is a legacy storage technology that is used to spin in disk or read write data, and SSD is the faster or more power efficient than the HDD. HDD price are lower, but SSD price are dropping nowadays.
Okay, ma'am. Next query is by Mohit Jha. For which reason Blu-ray disc provide higher storage capacity than the DVD?
In that case, we are using laser technology. In case of CDs, we are using red laser, but in this case, we are using blue laser. So blue laser provides much more capacity, much more wavelength that can be used to store our data. So in case of Blu-ray disc, we can store more data as comparison to the CDs.
Okay. Next query is by Shreya Talan. What is the cache memory and under what conditions it is used?
Cache memory is especially very high speed memory that acts as the buffer. Basically, it acts as the buffer that between the RAM and the CPU. It is used to reduce average time to access data from your main memory. And this can be used to store. This is basically like we can say supplementary memory of your RAM. This is used to store your data, And nowadays, cache memory is very often when we buy our computer or laptop.
Okay. Last query. Is it possible to formation of 3-layer Blu-ray disc for more data storage? By Mohit Jha.
Pardon?
Is it possible, मैम थोड़ी सी बच्चे ने ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक किया. Is it possible to formation of 3-layer Blu-ray disc for more data storage?
We have generally 2 layers Blu-ray disc. One is for readable and second is for read writable. Formation of 3 layer is not possible.
Okay. So I think all the queries has been resolved. So students have shown their keen interest. They have put up so many queries. I am happy with that. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So now I request Dr. Tejeshwar for presenting formal vote of thanks. Dr. Tejeshwar, please.
Thank you, sir. First of all, on behalf of IDP Cell Garwasu, I would like to thank Dr. Indrajit Singh, Vice Chancellor Garwasu, for his motivation and inspiration for conduct of this webinar. My sincere thanks are due to Dr. SPS Kuman, PI and Dean College of Veterinary Science Garwasu, Dr. Ramneek Verma, Dean College of Dairy Science and Technology for their support and guidance. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for today's chief guest and resource person, ER Gagandeep Kaur, Assistant Professor ECE, for sparing her valuable time to share her experience and providing valuable guidance to our students. Thank you, ma'am. It was such an enlightening and wonderful talk. I hope the students will find the webinar very useful in their academics and future career. Now, I would like to thank Dr. Vrinderpal Singh for taking lead in organizing this webinar. Thank you so much, sir. Lastly, I would like to thank students for their active participation and making this event a successful webinar. They always act as source of inspiration for all of us to conduct such webinars. Lastly, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Students, please switch on your cameras. We want to take some photos. Students, please switch on your cameras. We want to take some photos for our record. More students, please. मैम स्क्रीन शेयर मुझे लग रहा है बंद करनी पड़ेगी ना. हाँ मैम, स्क्रीन शेयरिंग बंद कर दो, शायद फिर स्नैप प्रॉपर आएगी. बंद हो गई. ओके ओके. डॉक्टर मैम तेजेश्वर हो गया, फोटो वाला काम हो गया.
हाँ जी सर, हो गया.
ठीक है मैम, ठीक है. थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू ऑल.
थैंक यू.